I'm going to show you how to create GTA using AI.
You wake up without an alarm. You grab your laptop and head to a cafe. Or maybe work from a balcony overlooking the ocean. You edit videos, deliver them, and that's it. No endless revisions, no racing against the clock for $50 projects.
Now you saw what we're going to create. Let's jump into it. We first want to generate our images that we're going to use. And for example, I have the prompt here, create an image of a laptop in a cafe, POV shot, Lambo in the background, sunny weather, make it look like Grand Theft Auto V gameplay. And by the way, you can copy this prompt. I'll put it in the description. And as you can see, it created this really cool image. It's actually perfect for what I wanted. And I'm using Nano Banana for this. Now you can also use ChatGPT. And actually, I would really advise to use ChatGPT for images or turning images into this style. And again, I have a prompt for this too. Also, we'll link this down below. It's not perfect, but it's quite close and we could regenerate it a few times to make sure we get a nice result. Now there's multiple ways to turn this into video. We can either or create a end frame, meaning for example, in this image, create the exact same image, but now with his other hand typing on the laptop and have the Lambo gone. And by doing this, we basically give a bit less creative freedom to the video AI model. Because to quickly show you what happens if you don't do this, this is, for example, a video using Midjourney video. And as you can see, it's bugging, it's doing weird things. And this is also because of the prompt, and then we can reprompt it. But sometimes it's just easier to have a start frame and then an end frame. However, with some simple images like this one, it actually works quite well. As you can see, it just runs it well and also exactly what I want. So I might use this video. It's done generating it, and as you can see, it's really great. The hand is on here, the Lambo is gone, so we can actually use this. So instead of using Midjourney, I'm going to use Kling. By the way, a link to this is also down below. And then we can have a start frame and end frame. So I can just copy this and then paste that. And then I'm going to get the other frame and let's copy this and let's click on the end and paste it. And then I can add a prompt, POV, camera movement, have the hands type on the laptop, have the car drive away. And then we can just generate this. We can also choose a few things. Sound effects, I'm going to turn that off. We don't need that. Can also make it 10 seconds, so we have a bit more room to play with. Let's generate this. Now, while this is generating, if you want to watch a full deep dive on this, do join the Fullstack Editor Club. Link is in the description. You get a lot more. Just check it out if you want to. And let's go back to the video. There we go. Video is done. As you can see, I mean, it's a bit weird that the car backs up, but I think it's actually funny. I'm gonna keep it. So let me download this and I'm just gonna save them all in one folder. Now, what you also need is a GTA 5 map. In this case, you can just check them out on YouTube. And we also need the GTA font, which is the price down font. Link of this will also be in the description. Now I'm here in Premiere Pro, but you can also do this in After Effects or any other editing program. I'm gonna create a new sequence first. 4K 25 frames per second is nice. And then let's press OK. Let's drag our footage in, both keep existing settings. Now we might have to scale it a bit and change up the video. So I'm gonna click on it. I'm gonna scale it up. And this video is actually nice. We don't need to do much with this one, but with this one, I do want to customize it a bit. So let's scale this up. We could even add some movement to it with a position keyframe, but I'm gonna align it a bit like this. And then I'm gonna take a quick screenshot of the Fullstack Editor Club because I want that on the computer. Let's drag that in. Now to make it realistic, it's really simple. We can get to effects and we can add a corner pin to this. It's a distort effect. We can drag that on it. And then we can change the upper left and upper right. Basically, if we click on the corner pin, we can just move this so it's exactly on the laptop. Now, the nice thing is that our footage doesn't have any camera movement. If it did, we would have to track it. In this case, that's not needed, so that's really nice. We can just align it a bit, something like this. Looks cool. However, it looks a bit unrealistic, and that's for two reasons. It's way too bright. It needs to be darker, so I'm gonna add a brightness and contrast to this. So let's drag that on it and let's change the brightness to maybe a bit like -50. And I'm also gonna add a Gaussian blur to this. This will basically blur the footage a bit. Not too much, but just a tiny bit. Let's zoom in a bit so the edges are not as sharp. Maybe 5 is already enough. And then we can go back to the corner pin, make sure that this point is also really nice. As you can see, that looks way more realistic. Of course, if we use After Effects, we can make it even nicer. But I just wanted to make sure that this video is really easy to follow. Now let's see if we can get this map over it. So let's drag this on it too. Now, of course, we need to key it, and we can key this by using Ultra Key. We can just drag that on it, go to the effect controls, click on the footage, and let's color pick our footage or green screen. That's great. And then we can even just crop the right and top also. We don't really need to, but maybe there are some details there that we don't want. And let's scale this up by maybe like 300 scale. And actually, it's perfectly placed. We didn't even have to do anything. I'm really happy with that. And now I want this to be over the whole video. Maybe I'm gonna duplicate this by holding Alt and dragging this out. As you can see, this already looks really, really cool. Now, because we downloaded the font, we can also go to the text tool. We can put a price here. So for example, like 100K. And we can use the price down font. Maybe make it a bit bigger, and we can also add a stroke to this, make that black, of course, and maybe set this to like 7. And as you can see, this really, really sells the effect. Now we can, of course, also turn this into a counter, but for that we need to go to After Effects. And I'm actually going to do that. I'm just going to right click on the footage. I'm going to go to replace with After Effects. And by the way, if you don't have Premiere Pro or you're using another editing program, you can just open After Effects for this. And as you can see, we have the text here. We don't really need to use this anyway, so we can just delete this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Effects and Presets panel, and I'm going to search for a currency counter, monospaced, and then we can just double click on that. It will generate this text layer, and then we can change the font by just selecting the text layer and going into the text, typing price down, and of course I want it white. Of course I want it to have a stroke, and again the stroke I want it to be black. It's now set to 0000, and we can change the currency, we can change the format, and we can press U on our keyboard to see our keyframes. And as you can see, it already counts up, which is amazing, exactly what we want. I'm gonna set the digits after decimal to 0, and I'm gonna set the 10x value multiplier to 4. So now the only thing I want to do is have it start at 100K, drag this to the beginning, and then go a bit further, and then just have it maybe set to 1 million. And the nice thing is, as you can see, it will count up really smooth. We just have to reposition it a bit. We can also scale it up by just dragging this. Of course, always hold Shift to make sure we scale it proportionally. Maybe move it somewhere here. And let's play this. And as you can see, we have this nice counter. If we go back to Premiere, we should be able to see that here too. And that really sells the effect. Now again, if you're not using Premiere, you can also just export this with transparency. And you do so by going to Composition, add to Adobe Media Encoder queue. The media encoder will pop up. We need to change this to QuickTime, and then I'm going to use Apple ProRes 444 with alpha. This will make sure that it will be rendered with transparency. You can also use the QuickTime animation preset that also has an option to render with alpha channel. And then you get something like this. I think it's such an awesome style, and you can implement this with your clients. You can use it in ads, you can use it in short form content. Be creative with it, and if you want to level up even more, join the Fullstack Editor Club. Link is in the description. Then of course, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for all the support, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.